a pick block test again. This is Feed the Beast 164, and we have a lot of picks to test in this version. Now, I have already done this test, as you can kind of see behind me, but this first section decided not to record properly, so I'm going to redo it again. So we're going to start off with the first 4 basic picks from Minecraft: wood, iron, gold, diamond, and then we're going to do a bronze from Industrial Craft, and then Icorium picks from Seannyyx Tinker, and then the rest of them I will be shown after. So everybody knows how to make these picks, I'm sure. Wood one, made from sticks, made from wood. Simple, simple, simple. And I do believe we all know how it works. We go through cobble. We can't go through iron. In my future tests, I also test coal, but I was trying to get this through quickly. So then the iron pick, made with iron ingots and sticks, can go through all the way up to diamond, but not obsidian. The gold can go through stone fine, but can't go through iron. The diamond pick can go everything up to obsidian, but it can't get through these 2 blocks, and I'll explain what these 2 blocks are later on. Oh, diamond, or diamonds. So next up is the bronze. The bronze pick you make by 3 pieces of bronze with 2 sticks, and that can get through everything up to obsidian. Well, diamond. Can't get past obsidian. And then next up you got Icorium, which is Seannyyx Tinker, which is part of an add-on pack for Thaumcraft. There's 2, there's a awakened one and a normal one. I'm not too sure what the difference is. Now these combine through all blocks. Same with this one. I do believe I'm missing a pick. I'm missing the stone pick as well. But as you know, stone pick can... it's a lamp. Don't want lamps. See, this is the problem having to redo videos. Stone pick can get up to iron, but can't get through gold. And by mixing the invar nickel and iron in a smeltery to make invar like that. So, invar pick can go through everything up to obsidian from the looks of it. Ooh, it might be able to do this one. Maybe, maybe, no. So, everything up to obsidian, so diamond. So next up we have the steel pick, which is pretty quick. And as you can see, steel, by the way, 2 different types of steel, tinkers and the other one. You can make it by making a block of steel which you make from smelting down iron and things, or you can make it. Let's try and get this. That one, a real craft one. Here we go. By making a steel dust, which is iron and 4 pieces of coal, and then you just smelt that, and that turns it into steel, basically. And it don't look like that can mine through obsidian either, which is a pain. So that's fine. That one, yeah, and there. So next up we have the quartz pick. Now this one is nice and cheap. It's have a combination of nether and Seannyyx quartz from the looks of it. I think you can use one of all three or whatever. Yeah. So Seannyyx you get from Seannyyx quartz ores, and the nether you obviously get from nether quartz ores. Yes. Fairly simple. Couple of sticks, put them together, and wham! And you get everything, and possibly obsidian. No, I don't look like you can do obsidian. That's a shame. Can't do that one either. Go up to diamond. Okay, and now I am going to be doing the flux infused pick. This guy is made from flux electrons, which is a really complicated recipe. You have to, if I get through to it, make some electron blend, which you make by either pulverizing them, which kind of contradicts, but anyway. But you get some electron blend, which is silver and gold pulverized, and put it in a transfuser with some redstone, and that gives you the fluxed version. And then you need to make some pyrethrum dust, which is sulfur, coal, redstone, and blaze powder. And you put them all into an induction smelter, and you get 2 electron blends. So not too bad, not overly cheap, not overly expensive, and it's a pretty good fast pick, as you can see. It can almost, from the looks of it, yes, it looks like it is mining obsidian, and poof, there we go. It can even mine these 2 as well, even though it should not be able to. Go figure that one. I wonder what's been changed to make them work now. Anyway, so next we have the we'll do the natura ones. Yes, so we'll do all the naturas. So you got the quartz, and then you got the 4 different types of wood. You get rid of that. So this quartz pick requires natura sticks, not normal sticks, natura sticks. And it also requires blocks of quartz. It can be pillared, it can be chiseled, it can be whatever quartz blocks you can find, but it has to be blocks of quartz, which makes it really, really expensive, because that's 4 nether quartz pieces, whereas the other quartz pick was just actual pieces of quartz rather than blocks of. So it's a very, very expensive pick, and as you can see, it doesn't even mine for gold. So you've spent all that money for a pretty expensive, cheap pick. It's basically a wooden, well, I suppose not wooden, certainly a cobble pick, but expensive and required you to go to the nether. So next up you've got the bloodwood. Bloodwood is made from bloodwood, would you believe? Which is a bloodwood tree, can only be found usually in the nether or really, really, really hot places, but usually just the nether, because the nether's the hot place basically. So you get some planks out of it and you get some sticks out of it, so you'll be needing at least 5 pieces of wood to make the sticks and the 3 blocks there, and this will give you a bloodwood pick. Now this guy, despite being made out of wood, is actually quite strong and can almost mine obsidian, but not quite. Then you got the fuse wood, which again is similar. it requires you to get some fuse wood, which is very difficult because this wood, by its name, is a fuse and explodes. Yes. So you have to watch yourself when you're trying to get this wood. But again, you'll be needing 5 pieces to make the sticks and the blocks. And this again is moderately powerful, but it can't mine obsidian. Ta-da! Then you got the dark wood, which again is dark wood from a nether tree. Just simply called dark wood because it's dark wood. It's a nice blue wood actually. I don't know why it's quite called dark wood. It's blue wood. This guy isn't as good, but it's a lot more common wood in the nether than the blood wood and the fuse wood. You see like 1 in every 10 trees, those two. These are every other 8 trees basically. Well, 7 trees, because then you've also got the ghost wood. The ghost wood, a nether tree, is as pale as a ghost. Apparently, that's what they put in there. It's as pale as a ghost. You used to be able to make some doors out of this stuff. Hold on. There you go. As you can see through it, which is quite a cool effect. It was broken at one point and you couldn't. There's fix that now slightly. It seems to be making blocks kind of invisible in the lower panel. Oh, that's not bad going. That's not bad going. Anyway, this is about the picks, not the doors. So yes, the ghost wood. Oops. Throw it on the floor. This guy is about as good as normal wood, but it's in the nether. I suppose if you're getting low on picks and you're deciding to live in the nether, at least you can now make some. Oh yes, that's them. So next you have the survivalist pick. Now this pick is basically the bronze pick. Hold on, let's get rid of that. It's a bronze pick, but it's upside down. Yes, because normally you put the bronze up here, instead you put it down here. You used to be able to repair this bronze pick when it broke by just adding more bronze to it, but I don't think you can do that anymore. I think you have to repair it in a special way now. So that can't mine through obsidian, but that one, yeah. So it is the same power as its other one. See, both bronze, both can only mine to obsidian. So next we have the biomes of plenty picks. Ping. Ping. And we'll also do the Thorncraft picks. Goodbye. Goodbye. And the Twilight Forest picks, because why heck not? The Muddy pick is made with sticks and some mud balls, which can be found by hitting. You don't even need a spade. I mean, you can use a spade or a shovel, if you want to call it a shovel. Some mud. Instead of some dirt, there's some mud, usually near water. You can just get some mud balls from that, and you can make a pick out of it. So this is like, before you've even really knocked down a tree, you've managed to get some sticks from, I don't know, maybe you managed to get into the nether. Yeah, you've just started off and somehow you managed to get into the nether and you find some roots. They give you sticks So you get some sticks and you get some mud. Or maybe you're stuck in the nether. Maybe you really need to find that diamond to get yourself a new portal to get out of the... Not nether. The Twilight Forest. Do I keep saying nether? I meant Twilight Forest. So you got yourself into the Twilight Forest. You've just been killed by something. You're now stuck because the portal's broken. So you need to get yourself a diamond. What do? You make yourself a mud pick because it's the first thing you found. You need to find some stone and you're not really feeling like knocking down a tree anytime soon. So instead you found some roots which give you some sticks and some mud which gives you mud balls. That's probably the only possible moment you're ever going to make one of these. And what they're good for is breaking cobble. That's it. They don't even break coal. They are basically a pick for getting cobble. Yes. Best pick ever, that. Then you've got the amethyst pick, the better pick of the Biomes of Plenty. This is made from 2 pieces of iron, so already it's kind of expensive, and 3 amethysts. Now, I have yet to actually find an amethyst. I think it's a special biome. I don't know. Maybe it's in a hill somewhere. Very, 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 very rare. I've yet to find one in my world. But these exist somewhere supposedly, and you can make a pick out of it. This pick is fast. This pick is so fast. So fast it just went through my sandstone and made a mess. Anyway, so there you go. That goes through everything. That is the amethyst pick. How awesome is that? So next is the thaumium pick. This is quite easy to make if you're into magic. This is one of the first few things you make. It's basically iron and a bit of magic in a cauldron, and you need 3 of them, a few sticks, and that's it. Very, very simple, very nice, and quite powerful early game pick. And the best bit about it is you can mine through obsidian, so as long as you manage to get yourself some iron, as you can see, come on, you can get it, there we go. So, you know, as long as you can get yourself some iron, and you started loading magic right at the start, you can mine obsidian without even finding diamonds, so that's pretty cool. And the next pick is the pickaxe of the core. This one you kind of need a thaumium pick to make, and then you need to do a crafting ritual, which I will not show you or tell you how to do because it is extremely complex, but basically you need a lot of magic and a lot of items. Well, I say a lot, a few items, a good few items, and we make the pickaxe of the core. So this is kind of, I suppose it's kind of mid-thaumium game. The best thing about this is you get these guys, clusters, whenever you pick at a ore block. These guys, if I just get the rest of them up, there you go. So you can have iron, copper, tin, silver, lead, cinnabar, gold, and apparently an armor shard cluster. I'm not too sure why that's listed under clusters. I suppose it kind of is a cluster, isn't it? But whatever. So yes, there's those clusters that you get from mining the ores. And the great thing about these is you smelt them down and you get 2 ingots. So if you've made this pick, this is the opposite alternative to pulverizing or macerating your ores using IC2 or thermal expansion. Opposite way around for the other ones. Macerating with the IC2, thermal expansion, pulverizing, and you can pulverize, make it into dust, macerate, make it into dust, and then smelt that and turn that into ingots. Whereas this kind of bypasses all that. It just gives you the cluster, and you just smelt the cluster into the 2 ingots. So yes, so gold and diamond, and it even, I do believe, mines obsidian. Yes, but it can't mine this guy, and it can't mine that guy. Ping, ping. So next up is the ironwood pick, the knightly pick, and the steel leaf pick from Twilight Forest. There's also the fiery pick, also from Twilight Forest. So the ironwood pick requires 2 sticks and 3 pieces of iron wood, which is made by getting a bit of iron, a nugget of gold, and a liverroot, which you can find fairly easily around Twilight, usually about 4 or 5 blocks underground, fastened to a tree or other roots. You just basically put them together, it gives you a raw ironwood material, which you then stick into a smeltery, and you get 2 ingots. So you only need to do that twice to make an ironwood pick. And this is fast. Bing, bing, ping. However, it doesn't really mine past diamond. Although it seems to be mining those, even though it shouldn't be. There's something about the coding with some of these. Then you got the steel leaf pick. We'll go with the steel leaf pick. This guy requires you to get steel leaves, which are very rare. You can usually find them in chests and things somewhere in hills and dungeons, and sometimes mazes around the Twilight Forest. So quite rare. And this guy, fast. As you saw there, it gave me 3 diamonds. Diamonds because it has a fortune 2 on it. I mean, how fancy is that? That one, I don't know about that one because it's not supposed to be able to mine through these because these are harder than obsidian. So there's something wrong in the coding that's making that work. Next up is the knightly pick. Now this is technically a pick, but it's also a weapon. And you make it using knightly ingots, which you get from armor shard clusters, which are armor shards. I'm not too sure how you get armor shards. I've yet to actually receive one, but you need 9 to make 1 cluster, which melts down into 1 ingot. So you'll need 27 to make the 3 to make the pick. And this guy, again, mines fairly quickly. It is mining this obsidian. See, there you go. And there you go. Where you go, where you go. So next we have the auto smelting fiery pick. This is made with blaze rods, and it's also made with fiery ingots, which are made using iron, and a bottle of fiery blood, which you get when you kill some certain boss in the Twilight Forest. I won't tell you what it is, and I won't ruin how bad it is. This guy, as you can see, is auto smelting all the blocks. So I got stone, and I got an ingot of iron, I got an ingot of gold, and it's possibly mining through this obsidian. It does look like it is. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't smelt them, which is a shame. So that is the fiery. So next up we have the destruction pickaxe from Extra Utilities. Baby. Sapphire pick, ruby pick, and peridot pick from the red project, Project Red. Project Red being the red power equivalent. It's like a complete rebuild after red power was dropped. Everybody will say this, you know, make her feel guilty. How dare you drop the mod? An amazing mod it was, and you dropped it. Nah, we're only joking. We love you, really. But still. So, Red Power Project, Project Red Power, Project Red Exploration, and all that are trying to redo Red Power. And so, you've got all the picks and the timers and things from the redstone section all redone and rebuilt exactly how it was originally, but there are a few extra bits in it as well, but I won't go into it. It's not about that mod, it's about all the picks. So, sapphire pick made with sapphires from Biomes of Plenty or Project Red. The ruby pick, which is made from Biomes of Plenty or Project Red. And the peridot, which is made from Biomes of Plenty or Project Red. Peridots. And all three of them are the same. Get all mine up to diamond. I'm just going to quickly fast forward and do the other two picks just to show you. So yes, so next up we have the destruction pick. This guy requires unstable ingots, which are made by getting iron, a division sigil which is activated, I will tell you how to activate it, and a diamond. And you have about 10 seconds once making the unstable ingot to then put it into a crafting bench and make a destruction pick. It is very difficult. This guy, can't do anything. So you take all that time and it does nothing. But get some stone. It's fast at destroying stone. It's not much good for anything else. I mean, you can't collect ores. You can't collect cobbles. You can do it really, really slowly, but you... With stone, poof, poof, poof. So I don't know why you'd want to make one of these, but you can. The best thing about them is they have no life on them. So as all these picks here, as you use them, come here, they all have a life on them. They've all got a bar of how much use they have left. Yes? Whereas the divided by diamond picks don't. Basically, they just don't. Let me get rid of this. It's the big one. Now this one is a lot more complicated than you think. You don't just get a collection of picks. No. You get your blank patterns, which are made using 2 pieces of wood and 2 sticks. Create a blank pattern, right? This guy, you then put it with a crafting table, which will make your tool station. You put it with a crafting station, which will also make a tool station. Same thing, basically. You put it with a piece of wood, just a normal piece of wood, not a wood block, just a normal piece of wood from an actual tree, which will make a part builder. And it will give you the leg coloured based on the wood. And then you put it with a wood block, which will make a stencil table. Again, various colours. And you can also put it with a piece of paper, and that will give you a book that will tell you more information about what to do. You can also use it to make normal books by using a piece of paper and a piece of string. Instead of some leather, you just need two blank patterns rather than a piece of leather, and that'll give you a book. So you get your stencils and you put them in here, like so. You can't shift click them, unfortunately. And you'll notice you get a pattern over here. One's called a tool rod. And you can flick through it, and there's various ones to choose from. So you pick the one that you want. So you need a tool rod and a pattern head, pickaxe pattern head, for example. And you'll also need a tool binding. Why do you need them? If you come over here, over here even, to the part builder. I put that in the wrong place, but it don't matter. Part builder, and you put this in here, and you get your material, which can only be stone, I believe, or flint, or paper, and you get a pick head. And then you get your tool rod, and you do the same again and get a stone rod. You also get a shard. Put that in there. And you also need a tool binding. And put that in there, and you get a tool binding. You notice on it says material cost 0.5, 0.5, and 1. That means it costs 1 block, half a block, half a block. Yes? Which is why I managed to make a pick head with one piece, and then a stone tool rod and stone binding with one other piece by making a shard to the binding. So then you come over here to the tool station, and you put them in like so. That there, and that there. Or is it the other way around? Other way around. And this makes a pickaxe. Now, you can click over here, and this will show you the patterns. So you can make a shovel, you can make a hoe, you can make a fancy hoe, you can make a sword, you can make a longer sword, you can make an even longer sword, you can make a dagger, you can make a pan, you can make a sign, you can make a little chisel, you can make a bow, and you can make an arrow. So you basically choose which one you want to make, and it shows you underneath what things you need to make it. Yes? So you put the piece in the relevant slot. Like so. Or you can just leave it in that position and just remember that it's that one, and then it goes right. Blah, blah. And that will make your pickaxe. You can name it if you want. Name it. And you pull it out. And that is your pickaxe. A stone pickaxe, completely stone. It has durability of 65, a mining speed of 4, and it can mine up to iron. It has 3 modifiers, which allow you to add things like speed, so you can mine faster. It has luck, fortune, so you can get possibly more diamonds. Or you can add extra durability to it. And you can also make it an electronic one by combining it with other mods such as thermal expansions, flux capacitors, to make it an electric tool, which is also very clever. So that's how you make those. You'll also need to make a smeltery. I won't show you how to make that because that's not what this is about. This is about the picks. The smeltery, to smelt down materials such as iron and copper, ardites, cobalts, things like that, you have to smelt them down, and then you have to pour them into a cast, not the pattern because it's made of wood. So the wood would melt because it's hot metal. You have to make a cast. I won't show you how to make that either because that's not about this. It's about the picks. But then, however you want. So you don't have to have a completely wooden pick like this. You know, you can make an iron pick with a copper handle if you wanted to. and then you could add like a paper binding, which would also give it an extra modifier, just by simply putting them all together. Working it into a binding like so, and that would give you a interesting pick. Might not be a great pick, but it'll be an interesting pick. You can make them however you want, and it'll depend on what materials you use for what things. Will give you different durabilities, different mining speeds, different mining levels, and sometimes even more modifiers. So have a play, make picks of all sorts of interesting beauty and colours and things. So there you go. So anyway, I'm going to start with the wood and the stone and the iron, and then we'll go on to flint. I think we'll have a flint one, and we'll use the paper one, see how that does. And I've got bone and cactus, and yeah, we'll go with obsidian. Why not? And then there's also the pig one, the steel one, slime. Then we'll go bronze, we'll go copper, and then we'll want the other slime one, because there's 2 different types of slime, and then the thorium, and then we'll come to all the really good ones. We've then got the alamite, which can be made easily, and then you got the cobalt and the ardite, and then the manuline, which is the top end of picks, or supposedly is, although looking at it, it doesn't look like it is anymore, because we've got all the other ones. Get rid of these, don't need these anymore. Okay. So the wooden pick, as I stated before, it can be made, well, you won't have to smelt this one down, it'll just be made with the wood. You just put the wood in the table and you get the wooden pick. And this guy, as you'd expect, can mine like a wooden pick. It can't mine iron. Yeah, makes sense really, doesn't it? Stone pick. This, because it's also got stone handle, will last a little bit longer than a normal stone pick, but can only mine up to iron. The iron pick, because it's got an iron handle, will be able to last a little bit longer again. We can mine up to diamond. A flint pick. I don't know why you would make a flint pick, but you can make a flint pick. This can mine up, well, it can't mine gold, but it can mine up to iron. So that's pretty clever. Paper pick can mine up to iron, which is not bad for paper really, if you think about it. A bone pick, just get it off skeletons, fairly cheap. I can mine up to gold. A cactus pick, found in a desert. If you're struggling to find a tree anywhere, you can make a cactus pick. Obsidian, if you manage to get some obsidian, you can make an obsidian pick, which can mine, would you believe it, obsidian. Eventually. However, it can't mine those guys. So then, I've got slime pick. Just kill a few slimes. I can mine up to coal. I did have another slime pick somewhere, didn't I? Other slime pick. Because there's 2 different types of slimes nowadays. There's the green slimes that you're used to, and then there's blue slimes, which are added by I think Biomes of Plenty, but I could be wrong with that. The thorium pick, which is the same as the other thorium pick, and that is powerful, and you still need to make the thorium ingots. There's no magical easy way of doing it. It's definitely a magical way. There's no easy way of making it. But again, this can mine up to obsidian. Can't mine past it. the copper pick. Fairly fast, fairly decent. Can't mine past gold. The bronze pick. Pretty good. Can't mine past obsidian. So then I've got pig iron and steel next. It looks like pig iron can actually mine through obsidian. That's not bad going. So next up, we have the steel pick. Which again, can mine through obsidian. I could also mine through those two guys. Which it shouldn't be able to, but whatever. So next up is alemite. So this pick is supposed to be able to mine through those two at the end. To make an alemite pick, you need to make some alemite. Oops. To make molten alemite, you need to mix obsidian with iron and some aluminium. Right? So you get the strength of obsidian, mixing it with iron to make it stronger and adding aluminium to it. And that's why it should be stronger and capable of going through these two blocks. Whereas the rest of the picks I think are just faulty and somehow managed to make it through. As you can see, it is mining through the obsidian. They're a little bit faster than the other picks. And it is also able to mine through these two. So once you've managed to get the end two blocks, the cobalt and ardite, you can then make cobalt and ardite pickaxes, which are a lot faster. And obviously combine themselves. And then finally, once you've managed to get the two of them, the cobalt and the ardite, from the alemite, you can then mix those two together and make some manolin. The manolin requires ardite and cobalt, one of each, to make just one ingot. So it's like some sort of compressed ingot. But this stuff is the strongest, supposedly the strongest of all picks. However, looking back at my chart, if you want to call it a chart, there are quite a few that are capable of mining the same. So that is all the picks of Feed the Beast 164 at the moment. I mean, there may be some updates, there may be some more mods that will add some more in the near future, who knows. But they are all the picks so far. I hope you've learned something. And if not, thanks for watching anyway. For now, bye bye.